Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we're delighted to welcome Dr. Adel Quttainah, a leading expert from Quttainah Specialized Hospital in Dubai, famous for its pioneering healthcare and cosmetic services in fields such as surgery, dermatology, anti-aging, and of course, laser treatments. Here to tell us more about it and to answer your questions if you've got them. Welcome to the show. Good morning, good morning.
Thank you guys, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. So my first question is, when we want to have a plastic surgery done for ourselves, of course, you know, before that we have to go through the process of choosing the right doctor. So what are the three main factors that someone should prioritize when choosing a dermatologist?
I mean, like anything else, you have to do your homework, research the doctor. Don't totally rely on social media and you know, any kind of advertising platform to choose your doctor. Word of mouth is always best. Word of mouth, yeah. You know, you've got friends and family that did surgery with this surgeon and they're happy with it, then you kind of check out that surgeon, see his qualifications. What is he an expert in, you know? I mean, not every doctor knows how to do everything, yeah? And of course, the facility, that's the main thing. It's a good, solid, accredited facility that's safe to do surgery in. And that's probably the main three factors.
Interesting, because I think in Dubai there are many facilities, there's many hospitals. So what sets Quttainah apart from others?
I mean, we've been in the business a long time. We started off in Kuwait with the centers, and then we came to Dubai and then Doha. So we've got experience on our side. We choose the best surgeons to work in our facilities, and of course anesthesia doctors and all that. So that's what sets us. We've got experience on our side, yeah, for sure.
So cosmetic surgery has been, you know, like normalized recently and talked about.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most popular cosmetic surgery that has been?
I mean, aesthetic surgery. Okay. I mean, it's always been body contouring. Body contouring is always like the bread and butter of aesthetic plastic surgery. So it means liposuction, sculpting, fat transfer, BBLs. That's really the most popular, of course. But I mean, you've got everything, you know, across the board. You know, facial surgery, breast surgery, you know, all these procedures are also very common. But always on the top of the list is liposuction. Always.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's dive into that. So demographic-wise, like. And so who is getting liposuction? Why are they getting it? And also, have you seen a shift in age? Is there a shift in age in the last 10 years of people getting it?
Shift in gender, yeah. I mean, age, I mean, plastic surgery, we operate on like people from this 15 years of age to like 80 years of age. Different kind of procedures for both categories, but I mean, the shift was mostly is in gender. Men are getting more surgeries these days, you know. So they're.
Are for example, the 15-year-olds? That's shocking to me. Is that an elective surgery? And how do you deal with the kind of the moral questions?
I mean, this is not the usual. I mean, but you know, you get that you know, for orthoplasties, even like at that age, you can get a rhinoplasty. Ladies can, females can get rhinoplasties.
This is the nose.
Yeah, if it's really bad and they, you know, getting ridiculed at school and picked on, and then we do these surgeries, yeah. So,
if like, let's say a 14-year or a 15-year-old comes to the clinic and goes like, hey, I want to do this, would you advise, because as well fillers are very prominent right now, and
not fillers, no.
Everything everything with cosmetic and so on, so would you like advise them not to?
Of course, yeah. I mean, at this age, they're still psychologically not there yet, you know, and it's mostly the parents that's pushing for that, you know, so you gotta really look in, you know, each case you look into it differently. So
interesting. So sorry, but I would want to know about like the complications that you would go through, like such like big procedures.
Aesthetic surgery, we don't like to talk about complications. You know, I mean, it's we deal. That's the beauty about my profession, is that we deal with healthy patients. You know, and at the end of the day, I mean, we really thoroughly screen the patients that we operate on. I mean, at the end of the day, it's an elective procedure. You don't need it. So complications, they do happen. I mean, for the most part, it's just like simple stuff, like a wound opens up a little bit, a bit of infection, a bit of a bleed. All this we can take care of, you know. So we try to avoid the real serious complications by screening patients properly.
Right.
So that's the way it goes.
What about realistic expectations? Because I feel like there's, you know, stereotypical beauty out there, and I might come into you and I say, I want to look like Kylie Jenner.
Yeah. See, I mean,
she's beautiful.
see,
How do you deal with the realistic expectations on that?
the thing is, you begin your surgical career and you're trying to perfect your craft and deliver beautiful surgical results to patients. But as you get veteran and more experienced, you start, recognizing that patients that have unrealistic expectations, and they come in many forms, basically. So it's to know when not to operate on a patient is when you become a good surgeon.
Right.
So if a patient walks in through the door, and you have to kind of psychologically quickly analyze them. Is this a rebound decision based on like they had a trauma in their life or a major life-changing event and they're just kind of reacting to that? You gotta give them time. Tell them, go, think about it, and then of course they never come back and whatever. Young patients are always problematic because they don't comprehend fully, especially males. Male young patients we worry about when they come in. Of course, and then you've got the rare things like body dysmorphic disorder and all that kind of stuff. So patients come in, unrealistic expectations. You tell them this, I cannot deliver this. I mean, I know they're going to just go to the next clinic and have it done, but at least I've saved myself the agony of dealing with that patient later because they're never happy. So if a patient has proper expectations and are very realistic, then we do the surgery. Yeah.
Can you share like one of, most of like your challenging cases?
I mean, challenging cases are usually secondaries. By secondaries, I mean botched cases from other places. And it depends on how botched the case is, and it gets more complicated, So again, then you have to manage the expectations of the patient and tell them, listen, well, I can fix 70% of that or 80% of that. But these are the most challenging patients,
You've mentioned male surgery a little bit, and I'd just like to get your insights on what are kind of the most common male surgeries. I know it's not a surgery, but I've heard of Botox, but I haven't heard much beyond that.
Stepping up the game, they want equal rights. Yeah, they want. So they're not. I mean, we've been like seeing a continuous growth in male patients coming in. It's mostly, for men, it's mostly body contouring again. Males that have lost a lot of weight, especially with the advent of all these bariatric surgeries, or Mounjaro, Ozempic, all these medications, people are losing a lot of weight, especially men. So they come for procedures to kind of get rid of the excess skin. Male surgeries, hair transplants, rhinoplasties, man boobs. And again, liposuction is always on the top.
So we've seen this Ozempic face with the falling a little bit. Is that something that you've dealt with?
Yeah. I mean, that's when patients lose weight, they lose weight everywhere. The face might be the last to kind of show, but when it shows, and you talk about facelifts and stuff. Yeah.
Such a huge industry here, and we never dive into it. This is so interesting.
100%. And as Casey has mentioned, the Ozempic face, because Ozempic has become such a trend. So what are the future trends and emerging technologies in the plastic surgery?
I mean, really, in our business, surgeries have not advanced so much. It's most of the advances are happening in the cosmetic dermatology with all their new machines and stuff like that, laser machines and stuff. In our business, we do have. The fear of the knife. It drives a industry that's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and coming up with all these machines and technologies like J-plasma, body tight, lasers, all that kind of stuff, just to kind of get that segment of patients that are worried to go under the knife, and then just kind of do it does work like 10%. That's 15%.
Only 10% these are working?
Yeah.
They're not as effective as surgery.
I have to say that, yeah. So
big industry, a lot of money.
Yeah, I know, a lot of money. So
can you share, before you leave us, could you share one piece of advice for someone who's considering cosmetic surgery? What would you say to them? I
mean, aesthetic plastic surgeries for people that just want to kind of enhance that one thing in their face or body that they don't like. At the end of the day, not to go too crazy and, like you're saying, just following anything, trends and stuff like that. Do their homework, that's for sure. Know the surgeon that they are going to operate with. Choose the proper facility, That's what they have to do before just kind of not just, whatever goes up in social media. That's very important.
Research and being psychologically minded. That is Dr. Adel Quttainah, leading healthcare specialist in the region. We really appreciate your time this morning. And he's off to surgery at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
What do you have at 10?
A busy day. What surgeries? Mastopexy, breast lift, liposuction, and then fat transfer, BBLs.
Is that 4 in a day?
No, that's the one patient.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the first patient.
One person.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Well, best of luck. That's incredible. 4 surgeries in one day, guys. That brings us to the end of the show. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. We'll see you then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.